Shri Vasudevanand Saraswati, Chapter 16. The Religious Festivals at Garudeshwar. The religious celebrations on a big or small scale round the year mark the passage of time even today in strict conformity with the wishes of the Master as they are incorporated in a regular trust deed confirmed by him. Generally, these celebrations, marked out by him, are the ones pertaining to the sacred dates of the Indian calendar, which coincide with the feasts and festivals regarding the deities or the saints for whom the Master had special religious disposition. The sacred days pertaining to the Jayanti dedicated to Dattatreya, Sri Rama and Sri Krishna are celebrated with proper procedure and gusto along with the holy days ascribed to the divine descent of Sri Pada Sri Vallabha and Narsimha Saraswati, both the guiding spirits of our saint. After the nirvana of our saint, naturally the day of his divine departure, that is nirvana, also was included in the list of celebrations to be observed, and no wonder that this day, namely the first day of Ashada of the Hindu calendar, coinciding usually with the July of the Christian year, has since been the date to be remembered by his devotees along with the day of his birth, which is the fifth of the second half of Indian Shravan, that is August. These 2 days of Nirvana and Janma, that is, departure and arrival on the scene of life, together with the most sacred day in the opinion of the Hindu religious community, the day of Guru Purnima, bring to Garudeshwar every year quite a big number of bhaktas who long to have the darshan of the Master, to pray to him and offer thanks for his gracious blessings to them. The holy feasts and festivals generally observed on the Nirvan days in the life of saints have a special sacredness and a significance of their own in all the religions the world over, and the faithful souls never fail to visit the holy grounds of the saints' memorial on those occasions. To the devout souls, they are the spots which cleanse their minds and bathe their souls with the sacred waters of inner purity. The Indian calendar day of Nirvana is observed in this mode at Garudeshwar every year. This day, popularly known as Punyatithi, that is, the holy day of remembrance, begins with the traditional Abhishek, the religious bath offered to the Guru Padukas, the tangible footprints of the saint, and it is followed by the Mahapuja or the grand ritual of worship performed with proper religious pomp and propriety, accompanied by the recitations of the sacred Vedic mantras appropriate to the occasion and sung by the groups of learned Brahmins, especially invited to participate in the conduct of the ceremony. There are sessions of religious bhajans or group singing on the day, and the festival is marked by a procession called Palaki, in which the image of Sri Vasudevanand, the presiding divine spirit, is carried around the place through different lanes and brought back to the shrine after the holy tour, as it were. The pilgrims who are present receive the prasad dinner or the holy food especially prepared for the anniversarial feast. This Maha Puja or Samaradhana, which is an invocation to the divine spirit of Gurudev, is the cynosure of all eyes which long to see it. Among the invitees present there are 4 sannyasins or the ascetics of the religious order to which the saint himself was ordained, and the special homage offered to them is a typical feature of the proceedings of the day. The continuous chant of the sacred Vedic mantras or the verses from the Upanishads by the scholars who specially attend the festival adds to the strange religious mood a deep mystical note in the mind of the observers. The presence of the sannyasins remind us of the grandeur of renunciation, the ephemeral character of worldly life, and we once again are aware of the hints of the sublime reality within us. We are in contact with the Supreme and experience an indescribable joy within, or Brahma Sparsha of the Gita. The whole religious ritual and the rhythm that we see reminds us of the mystery of the saint's mission. The devotees who witness the Samaradhana feel refreshed inwardly and return to their places with renewed faith in their master and hope quickened in their hearts for their own spiritual progress through his blessings. The cycle of the year at Garudeshwar may be said to be commenced from this day of Samaradhana, and it brings to its rotation a succession of other Hindu holidays which are celebrated in compliance with the wishes of Gurudev. The holidays selected by our saint for celebrations during the year are carefully and significantly chosen. The selection has a meaning if rightly viewed in the light of principles endorsed by our Guru. First, they are all in harmony with the moods of nature with her different seasons. They are all dedicated to Lord Dattatreya, the presiding deity of the holy spot, and to other holy saints of the religious order. Vasant Panchami, for example, marks the advent of the spring, or the festival of Diwali is celebrated as a festival of lights, following the dark and dull days of the Indian monsoons. The cold but invigorating hours of winter are also welcome as Makara Sankranti with the appropriate offer of sweets and ghee to the deity on that day every year in January. These intermittent specific festivities are meaningfully fixed as the annual program, which is enough to remind us of the fact that what we receive in life is the result of His grace and love. We must therefore enjoy all the boons of life in a spirit of dedication and love to God for His kind gifts of life. It is, in fact, the spirit of the ancient exhortation in the Gita. The Gita asks us to remember gods who are propitiated through our dedications grant us more gifts of life. He who therefore enjoys them without offering a portion thereof to gods is indeed like a thief. O man, please the gods with thy sacrifice, and the gods will make thee happy in return. With this mutual harmony betwixt thee and the gods, thou shalt be blessed. The celebrations, therefore, laid down to be observed by Vasudevanand are meant to subserve this ideal of dedication endorsed by the Gita. Beside this schedule of special prayers and celebrations, the Board of Management have established a permanent channel called Abhinava Yojana, that is, a new project, through which the bhaktas can easily contribute their mite to the upkeep of the church and offer their prayers to the spirit of their master. The devotees can credit 75 rupees just once within the management and can have the abhisheka or the holy worship performed annually in absentia on their behalf on a specific day and can receive the token prasad as a blessing in return for their prayers through this channel of faith and veneration. The trustees who manage the holy estate and the administration of the shrines are aware of the spirit and purpose of this annual schedule and diligently adhere to its implementation in conformity with the command of the master. These observances on small or big scale help in maintaining the discipline and the religious atmosphere expected of the place, and they help the faithful novice immensely in taking firm steps on his spiritual track. Christianity too has got such a spiritual and religious register of the holy feasts in memory of the canonized saints, helping the struggling soul to rise if he falls and guide him if he does not see the way. It is through sheer ignorance that we scoff at religious rituals and indulge in modern social feasts with crude and irreligious zest. The modern man is shy of faith and afraid of uttering the name of God in his club. Perhaps he fears that he might be treated as primitive or out of date if he prays to the unseen power. Jai Thembe Swami.